Good morning, all of you. You all are welcome in the e-learning classes of the Sacred Heart School. Today in this video, we will start your next unit of your syllabus, that is the equilibrium. And first of all, I'll tell you the meaning of the term equilibrium. Equilibrium is a state whenever the two opposite tendencies becomes equal to each other. Whenever the two opposite tendencies become equal to each other, the stage achieved known as the concept of equilibrium. So, I am going to explain the concept of equilibrium. And this unit equilibrium is a very important unit of your syllabus. Reason behind all the basic relations of the equilibrium that you will cover up in this chapter and you have to use in the many places in class 12th. So, from class 12th point of view, this unit becomes very important. And this unit provides the equilibrium in the two way. Or you can say the whole unit you can divide in a two main part. One, the equilibrium one, where you will discuss about the various physical phenomena, the classification of equilibrium, and when the law of mass action. While in a second part, the concept of equilibrium in the ionic process. So for the ionic process, you will discuss the concept of equilibrium in detail. So whole unit can be divided in a two main part, equilibrium 1 as well as the equilibrium 2. And first of all, I am going to explain the concept of equilibrium and their basic introduction. How you can define this concept of equilibrium? When a liquid evaporate in a closed container, molecule with relatively higher kinetic energy escape the liquid surface into vapor phase, strike the liquid surface and retains in the liquid phase. This give rise to a constant vapor pressure. This give rise to a constant vapor pressure of an equilibrium in which the number of molecule leaving the liquid air equal to the number of molecules remaining in the liquid. We can say the system is said to be achieve the equilibrium. So this is the one technical definition of the concept of equilibrium. And now I will explain this concept of equilibrium in a simple way. Whenever the two opposite tendencies become equal to each other, or from the chemistry point of view, whenever the two opposite process becomes equal to each other, the equilibrium is said to be achieved. There are so many examples in your normal life where you can find out the state of the equilibrium. Suppose in a beam balance, this beam balance is used for the weighing purpose of any object. One side we have to place the weight and other side we have to place the articles or object जिसकी weighing आपको करनी है. And this beam balance having the two pans, and these two pans having the tendency to move in upright direction and other will move in the downward direction. And whenever these two pans becomes equal to each other and this equilibrium is said to be achieved, then your weight is said to be measured. So for the measurement of the weight and the equilibrium is a state where the two opposite tendencies become equal to each other. In the chemistry, there are so many type of the process are there. One is reversible process and second type known as irreversible process. So in all type of the reversible process, the reactant may combine to form the product. Whenever the reactant may combine to form the product, then this reaction known as the reaction is of forward direction. On the other hand, whenever the product molecule again combine together to give back the reactant, and this reaction is said to be the reaction is of backward direction. Whenever these two opposite process means the forward direction as well as the reaction in the backward direction becomes equal to each other, then the equilibrium stage is said to be achieved there. So First of all, we will discuss about the various types of the equilibrium on the basis of their phase transformation. You know the meaning of the term phase, the solid phase, liquid phase, gaseous phase, sublimating phase, whatever. These are the various phase, and in which the one phase can be transferred to other one by providing the some amount of energy. जैसे किसी भी solid को आप liquid में, and liquid can be converted to the gas, or gas can be cooled back to the liquid, and liquid can be further condensed back to give the solid form. In this way, the phase transformation is a basic phenomena where every time you can find the concept of equilibrium, and whenever the two opposite tendencies become equal to each other. In a reversible system, the reactant and molecule in which the equilibrium can be achieved, that known as the equilibrium mixture. The stage where there is no change in the concentration is called the dynamic equilibrium. The stage where there is no change in the concentration is called the dynamic equilibrium. It means before and after the reaction, if the concentration of reactant and product remains same, the equilibrium is said to be the physical equilibrium or dynamic equilibrium. The equilibrium involving ions are called the ionic equilibrium. So in the first unit, in the first part of this equilibrium, we will discuss in detail the concept of the dynamic equilibrium. In the equilibrium 2, we will discuss about the process of the ionic equilibrium in detail. So overall, the complete concept of the equilibrium can be studied in a two main specific heading. One, that is the dynamic equilibrium, and second, that known as the concept of the ionic equilibrium. First of all, we will discuss about the concept of the equilibrium in the physical process. What do you mean by the term physical process? In which the matter having the same property before and after the reaction, only the state of matter is changes at the time of the equilibrium phase. So this complete process collectively known as the phase transformation process, and these phase transformation again can be classified in the following type. The first type of the phase transformation is the solid to liquid. The second type is the liquid to gas, and the third type is that is solid to gas. So basically one by one, solid to liquid, liquid to gas, and solid to gas. And this third type of the phase transformation known as the sublimation process. And whereas in this first case we are doing the melting, in a second phase we are doing the evaporation, in a third phase we have doing the concept of the sublimation. So these three processes are the suitable in which the concept of the physical process, a physical transformation of the equilibrium can be studied. First of all, we are taking in detail the concept of the equilibrium. We are having the two gases. One is NO2 gas and one is N2O4 gas. You know, this NO2 gas may exist in a form of the dimer, and whenever the dimer is achieved, the gas molecule known as N24, and whenever this dimer molecule dissociate, the gas molecule obtained that known as NO2. So whenever you will achieve this complete process of transformation, what you will notice that a system approaches the equilibrium, both the forward and the reverse reactions becomes occurring. At equilibrium, the forward reaction as well as the backward reactions becomes equal to each other. Or you can say the complete rate of the forward reaction as well as the complete rate of the backward reaction whenever becomes equal to each other, the equilibrium is said to be achieved. First of all, in a glass bulb, we have to take these two gases together. Whenever this NO2 gas is there, the color of the glass bulb is somewhat brownish in color, and whenever the ice cold medium is taking there, this NO2 molecule is undergo the association, and these NO2 molecule combine to form the dimer, and the molecule becomes colorless. So this colorless brown color to colorless, and colorless to brown color. And these are the two opposite tendencies. And whenever this equilibrium is achieved, there is no color changes is taking place. The molecule which remain in the brown color state remain in the brown color, and which remain in the colorless state remain in the colorless state. So this is the basic stage where the equilibrium is said to be achieved. So in this way, by this suitable example, we can easily explain the concept of equilibrium. The same phenomena you can also apply it for the process of evaporation as well as the condensation. So first of all, in a beaker, whenever you will take some quantity of any liquid and the process of evaporation is taking place, whenever this evaporation is taking place, in this situation the process of conversion of the vapor into liquid is quite faster. But after some time in a closed system, and these vapors start cooling down, and these vapors when start cooling down, and the process of condensation is taking place, initially the rate of evaporation is quite faster than the rate of condensation. After some time, the rate of vaporization becomes equal to the rate of condensation, and this is the stage where equilibrium is said to be achieved. No conversion of the liquid to gas or gas to liquid is taking place, and the equilibrium is said to be achieved. So these are the various examples by which you can find out that equilibrium is a dynamic in nature, and this is a continuous process. And because the conversion of reactant to product and product to reactant and is always taking place in a common reaction process. Once the equilibrium is achieved, the amount of each reactant and product becomes constant. Already we have discussing part. Here NO2 and N2O4 have reached the equilibrium stage. This is the phase of equilibrium where the two opposite gases can be achieved together. So this is the basic diagrammatic representation of the concentration versus time by which you can find out the dynamic nature of the equilibrium. Clear? Here, the same example we are taking in detail. In a system at equilibrium, both the forward and the reverse reaction are being carried out. As a result, we write the equations can like this. So this double arrow indicate the reversible nature of the process. And the partial pressure of the above gases are becomes equal to each other. So this equilibrium is said to be achieved there. And this is the diagrammatic representation of the same process. And the earlier the color is somewhat brown, and later on the color becomes colorless or light yellowish in color. So this interconversion is basically when stop the equilibrium is said to be achieved here. So this is the diagrammatic representation of this one. Now we will take some of the examples of the phase transformation by which you can easily explain the concept of the equilibrium. And first of all, for this purpose, we have to take the solid in liquid. Whenever no more quantity of the solid can be dissolved in a solution, the solution is said to be the saturated solution. First of all, we have to take the appropriate amount of the water and we start dissolving the quantity of the sugar there. After some time, what you will notice that no sugar can be added further. The solution is said to be achieved. Clear? So this process known as a dissolution. But after some time, whenever you will try to add more sugar on heating, then the dissolved sugar also reappears in a form of the solid, and this is known as the phase of their process of the crystallization. Whenever any solid substances present in a liquid start returning back in a form of the solid, and this process known as crystallization. तो शुरुआत में सिर्फ डिसोल्यूशन हो रहा था, आफ्टर सम टाइम क्या हो रहा है, एंड आफ्टर सम टाइम द प्रोसेस ऑफ द conversion of the dissolved sugar takes place in a form of the solid, and this is the stage where the equilibrium is said to be achieved there. The ratio of the radioactive molecule, so the interconversion of the dissolution as well as the crystallization when becomes equal to each other, the process of equilibrium is said to be achieved. So, though this is another illustration by which you can explain the dynamic nature of the equilibrium. And first of all, the complete process of this equilibrium is studied by the Henry's law. And this Henry law is applicable whenever the gases start dissolving in a form of the liquid. Whenever any gas dissolve in a liquid, their solubility, how much quantity of the gas will be dissolved there, their solubilities can be expressed by the Henry's law. If the quantity of the gas is denoted by small m, and this small m is the quantity of the gas, and whenever this gas start dissolving there, the quantity of the gas dissolved is directly proportional to their partial pressure. More the partial pressure of the gas, the more quantity of the gas will be dissolved in the liquid. If the less partial pressure of the gas will be there, the less quantity of the gas will be dissolved there. So m is directly proportional to the small p, or you can say m is equal to k into p. The detailed description of this law you will study it in class 12 in detail in the unit solution. So Henry law becomes very important because this law tell us about the solubility of the gases in a particular liquid. So I am taking here some of the characteristics of the equilibrium in the physical process. The first characteristic, equilibrium is the only possible in a closed system. अगर सिस्टम क्लोज नहीं है तो आप इक्विलिब्रियम को स्टडीड या उसको एक्सप्रेस नहीं कर सकते. तो सिस्टम मस्ट बी क्लोज, no content should be given out from the system, and that time the equilibrium is always taking place in a reversible process. Without the reversible process, equilibrium cannot be studied. Next one, both the opposite process occur at the same stage. There is dynamic but the stable condition will be there. Equilibrium लगातार होने वाला प्रोसेस है और जिसको होने के लिए स्पेसिफिकली आपका कंडीशंस उसकी मेंटेन रहनी चाहिए. When equilibrium is attained for a physical process, it is characterized by the constant value of all the measurable physical quantity, like as the temperature, like as the volume, like as the pressure. जब तक इक्विलिब्रियम सेटअप नहीं होता आपके केमिकल प्रोसेस में, फिजिकल प्रोसेस में हमेशा टेम्परेचर फ्लक्चुएट करेगा, मे बी इंक्रीज होगा, मे बी डिक्रीज होगा. ऑन द अदर हैंड वॉल्यूम भी फ्लक्चुएट करेगा, मे बी इंक्रीज और डिक्रीज. इन द सेम वे प्रेशर ऑल्सो फ्लक्चुएटिंग. एंड वेन एवर ऑल दीज मेजरेबल क्वान्टिटी बिकम्स कॉन्स्टेंट. अब ना कुछ प्रोसेस में आप इंक्रीज को नोटिस कर रहे हैं, ना ही प्रोसेस में कोई डिक्रीज को नोटिस कर रहे हैं, तो देन द इक्विलिब्रियम इज सेट टू बी अचीव देयर. तो दीज आर द बेसिक कंडीशंस एंड द process which are required for the equilibrium. And now the dynamic equilibrium we have to study. Suppose first of all we have to consider one example in with the two reactant A and B combined to form the two product, that is C and D. With the passage of the time there is the accumulation of the product C and D and the depletion of the reactant A and B is taking place. जब A और B आपस में कंबाइन करेंगे तो वो C और D को फॉर्म करेंगे. तो कुछ टाइम बीतने के बाद C और D की क्वांटिटी लगातार इंक्रीज होगी और A और B की क्वांटिटी लगातार डिक्रीज होगी. दिस लेड टू द डिक्रीज इन द रेट ऑफ फॉरवर्ड डायरेक्शन एंड द इंक्रीज ऑफ द रेट ऑफ फॉरवर्ड डायरेक्शन. जैसे जैसे A एंड B की क्वांटिटी डिक्रीज होगी द फॉरवर्ड डायरेक्शन स्लो होती जाएगी और जो C एंड D की क्वांटिटी बढ़ेगी तो बैकवर्ड डायरेक्शन फास्टर हो जाएगी. एंड फाइनली द टू रिएक्शंस अकर एट द सेम रेट एंड द सिस्टम रीचेज द स्टेट ऑफ इक्विलिब्रियम. अब क्या होगा, कुछ टाइम बाद जितना फॉरवर्ड रिएक्शन डिक्रीज होना था हो चुका, जितना आपका बैकवर्ड रिएक्शन इंक्रीज होना था हो चुका, एंड नाउ दोनों प्रोसेस एक दूसरे के इक्वल हो जाएंगे. इफ द टू प्रोसेस बिकम्स इक्वल टू ईच अदर द इक्विलिब्रियम इज सेट टू बी अचीव देयर. सो वी कंक्लूड दैट द डायनेमिक नेचर ऑफ द इक्विलिब्रियम ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दीज एग्जाम्पल. Now we will discuss the law of chemical equilibrium and the equilibrium constant. And before starting this equilibrium constant, we will discuss the detailed description of the law of mass action. And according to the law of mass action, the rate of any reaction is directly proportional to the molar concentration of the reactant and product. अगर A की concentration आप A ब्रैकेट से इंडिकेट कर रहे हो, बी की कंसंट्रेशन को आप बी स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट से इंडिकेट करते हो, सेम वे द कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ द सी एंड डी कैन बी expressed by this relation. Then the rate of forward reaction becomes equal to rate of backward reaction, and then equilibrium constant K is achieved there. And this K is equal to C molar concentration into D molar concentration upon A molar concentration into B molar concentration. So equilibrium constant is a basic expression by which you can prove the dynamic nature as well as the expression for equilibrium, and this expression known as the law of mass action. And this law of mass action is very important to calculate the concept of equilibrium. By knowing the value of this equilibrium constant K, and you can easily express the concept of equilibrium. At a given temperature, the product of the concentration of the reactant raised to their respective stoichiometric coefficient is balanced chemical equation divided by the product of the concentration of the reactant raised to their individual stoichiometric coefficient has a constant value, and this constant value known as the law of mass action, or you can say law of chemical equilibrium. तो जो प्रीवियस एक्सप्रेशन लिखा था आपने स्टेटमेंट के फॉर्म में उस एक्सप्रेशन को इस तरीके से समराइज कर दिया. सपोज we have to taking one balanced stoichiometric reaction where small a, small b, small c and small d are the coefficient which are added just to balance a chemical reaction. So for this purpose what you will do, the forward reaction becomes equal to the backward reaction, and in this condition the equilibrium constant K can be calculated. So K should be equal to what? The C molar concentration power small c, D molar concentration power small d upon A molar concentration power small a, and the B molar concentration power small b. And this expression becomes the expression for the equilibrium constant. So in this way, this equilibrium constant becomes very important to calculate the values of the reaction. Now, what does the value of the K means? If the value of K is very much greater than the 1, the reaction is moving in the forward direction, or vice versa, reaction is moving in the backward direction, or if this K is exactly equal to 1, the equilibrium is said to be achieved in a backward direction equilibrium. So in this way the different value of the K and their mean I have summarized. This K is greater than 1, K is smaller than 1, or K is exactly 1, and in this way by knowing the value of K and we can find out the various concept of the equilibrium. तो इक्विलिब्रियम के बेस पर आप किसी भी केमिकल रिएक्शन की स्टेज को भी एस्टिमेट कर सकते हो, एंड दिस इज द बेसिक सिग्निफिकेंस ऑफ द के. कमिंग क्लासेस के अंदर आप इक्विलिब्रियम कांस्टेंट के की वैल्यू को फाइंड आउट करके रिएक्शन की बेसिसिटी, एसिसिटी और उनकी स्ट्रेंथ को कंपेयर करोगे. तो इन दिस वे दिस के बिकम्स वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर अवर एग्जामिनेशंस. एंड नाउ दिस के कैन बी फर्दर एग्जाम्पल को आप इंडिकेट करेंगे. तो स्मॉल वैल्यू ऑफ के, इंटरमीडिएट वैल्यू ऑफ के एंड द लार्ज वैल्यू ऑफ के. तो इन दिस वे द फेज ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन and the equilibrium can be explained with the help of this example. Now we will discuss about the two type of the equilibria. One is the homogeneous equilibrium and second one known as the heterogeneous equilibrium. In case of the homogeneous equilibrium, the state of matter of the reactant and product remains same. All the state of matter of the reactant and product remains same, and whenever for such reversible process equilibrium is achieved, that known as the homogeneous equilibrium. On the other hand, in case of the heterogeneous equilibrium जब आप बात करेंगे तो वहाँ पर स्टेट ऑफ मैटर एनी टू रिएक्टेंट की आपकी अलग अलग हो जाती है, एंड मे बी सम रिएक्टेंट मे बी इन अ गैसियस फॉर्म, मे बी इन अ फॉर्म ऑफ द सॉलिड फॉर्म, may be in a form of the liquid form, and in this way this type of the equilibrium that known as the heterogeneous equilibrium. And now we have to apply the relation. You know the ideal gas equation PV is equal to nRT and P is equal to n upon V RT. अगर आप n upon V को समराइज करें तो नंबर ऑफ फॉर्म मोल्स अपॉन वॉल्यूम जिसको आप कंसंट्रेशन कहते हैं, एंड P इज इक्वल टू CRT, वेयर द वैल्यू ऑफ कांस्टेंट R दिस इज 0.0831 बार लीटर पर मोल पर केल्विन. तो इन दिस वे फॉर द homogeneous equilibria the equilibrium constant the pressure partial pressure can be calculated there. So by knowing the partial pressure for the gaseous molecule, the in place of the concentration the term partial pressure is used. The detailed description of this concept we will discuss in class 12th in detail. And now the heterogeneous equilibria, and this equilibrium already have explained. We will discuss now some of the applications of the equilibrium constant. Large the value of equilibrium constant means the faster the rate of reaction. Expression for the equilibrium constant is applicable only when the concentration of reactant and product have attained contained value of the equilibrium stage. The equilibrium constant is a temperature dependent having one unique value for the particular reaction. As the time temperature changes, the value of equilibrium constant also changes. The equilibrium constant for the reverse reaction is equal to the inverse of the equilibrium constant of the backward reaction. अगर आप फॉरवर्ड रिएक्शंस का इक्विलिब्रियम कांस्टेंट कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं तो फॉर बैकवर्ड रिएक्शन वो उसका जस्ट रिवर्स हो जाएगा. तो इन दिस वे दिस इक्विलिब्रियम कांस्टेंट प्ले very important role to express the concept of the equilibrium in detail. Thank you.